We're recording. Good.
Okay. Hello. This is Geeks Assembled, and we're talking about the Fugitive of the Judoon, the latest episode in the Doctor Who series. It's episode 6, I think. 5 of the new series, series 12. And it's pretty amazing, and there's lots of sort of wow moments. Just wondering if these other people are as excited about this as I am. Why don't we find out? Let's start with, let's go to Aled Williams, because he sounded really excited about it. That and something else. Over to you, Aled.
Yeah, I hated every minute of it, and that's all I got to say. Let's go to...
Don't believe you.
I'm only joking. No.
Please don't lie to me.
I mean, what an episode. I mean, out of all the episodes we've had of Chibnall's run, this is definitely the biggest and most shocking. And I think it's probably the biggest in a while as shock impact, because I had given up hope that Captain Jack was ever going to come back, because it's been rumored every season. Oh my God, for years and years and years, since about series 5 or 6, hasn't it? Oh, Jack's coming back. And then every year we're massively disappointed. And then suddenly, and you could hear his voice straight away as it when Graham was lying on the floor, and the voice, you could hear the voice, and I knew it was Captain Jack. Immediately, I absolutely knew it was Captain Jack, and I thought, is it just me hearing this in my head, or is it really happening on screen? And then he appeared, and I thought, oh God, it can't be in my head, because there he is. So I was absolutely ecstatic, and I can imagine everybody else was too. I could just imagine how all the fans felt at once. It was such a joyous moment to see such an iconic character, such a beloved character return to the show. And he really loves Doctor Who. John Barrowman really, really loves Doctor Who, and he really loves the fans. And I'm happy for him that he's finally back, because he loves the show and he loves us and we love him. It's perfect. Yeah,
he's been a fan since the second Doctor, since Jamie came onto the scene.
Yeah, he loves Doctor Who. He completely loves Doctor Who. I hope he returns. As for the rest of the episode, I thought it was a very good episode. The Judoon were excellent. It was very funny. The Judoon jokes of the moon and all that, very David Tennant-y, what you got from Smith and Jones. Yeah, I thought it was a very strong episode. And of course, you've got the other Doctor, which I think we'll get on to in a bit. So yeah, that's my opening thoughts. I thought it was excellent.
Okay, cool. Over to you, Jake. Welcome back, Jake.
Hello. From the get-go, this episode alone is the reason why I am a Doctor Who fan. It was the epitome of magical, because it was. I was a bit worried when Series 12 started, because some people know I didn't like Series 11. But so far, I've been blown away by what Chibnall's been doing. I'm like, is this the same programme as I was watching last year? It's like been boosted up, like 0 to 100 in like 5 seconds. We've got the Judoon back. Blimey, it's like they went from 0 to 10 like in 5 seconds. Great. And it's one of those episodes where I don't know where to start and what to talk about, because the score was great, the acting was great, the plot was great, the scenery was great. It's just, it's making I've watched it twice, and my head still wants to explode with theories because of how good it was. But with this new Doctor, I'll talk about it later, like Aled said. But it's like, I'm tongue-tied on what to say. Really?
Well, that's great. Well, we'll get back to you then for your favorite moments and the discussion about the new Doctor. Okay, Mikey, go for it.
So there was so many moments that I didn't expect that was happening. Captain Jack returning. Didn't expect that. Another doctor that was very unexpected, and many other things. The Judoon I did expect to return, but Captain Jack, I missed that one. Me and my sister loved Captain Jack, and I do remember meeting him. But when it comes to Captain Jack coming back, it was damn intense. I'm like, what? What? No way. This can't be. It can't be him. It can't be him. But yeah, but after that, I was like, what? Is this really real? Is this some fantasy? Is this some CGI or something? But it was real. Yeah. With the new doctor, I was getting confused. People have been making theories about it, about like he was a pre-first doctor, and yeah, I was very unexpected with that. But the episode itself was very interesting, having like a setting of jokes and environment, even telling a backstory of like two doctors, like a multi-doctor story almost. Well, it was kind of a multi-doctor story when the Ruth was saying she was the doctor or something. I felt like that, but then again, it was very unexpected. But I do say I do love the episode as whole as whole. Sorry if I sound like that, but really, I'm out of words. Like literally.
All right. Well, we'll move over to Susan Wyman, please. What's your first opening thoughts on the Fugitive of the Judoon?
Wow, this was probably the best episode in the series, the new series so far, and equally as good as the Rosa episode, which was, I liked the standalone of the Rosa episode, but not necessarily the Doctor Who elements of it, but it was right on ballpark. I firmly believe that Alec does hear John Bowerman. John Bowerman? I believe you hear his voice.
John Barrowman.
Yes. Well, I firmly believe you hear his voice in your head. That no question that you hear his voice in your head. And the whole Judoon platoon and the lagoon and the moon, that was hysterical. But it was just all these subtle throwbacks that were just really wonderful. And the fact that Mr. Bowerman kept his mouth shut with all of his ebullient, well, he's a fabulous guy in every way. And the fact that he kept quiet, I'm sure it was contractually in his contract to him, but it was really quite amazing. And I'm so glad we didn't have it in all the previews, because that's what really made it work pretty well. But no, I thought overall this was a fabulous episode. Finally, I thought Who was back on track, and I have no idea where it's going to go from here, but at least I finally saw the Doctor, well, plural, and and I really enjoyed it.
Great. Thanks, Susan. And Alex, or Keanu Alex, and Alex Keanu.
Okay, am I muted?
No, go for it.
Good. Okay, so I finally got this saving there of Ruth and Jody, even though this is supposed to be the Doctor, not Ruth. Ruth did kind of, I know, spoilers. Ruth did kind of remind me of the Sixth Doctor, as you notice that the jacket seems a little bit very fancy, and then she's got like this red, orange, yellow thing coming through the neck and the sleeves. And hopefully she's not the Doctor, or they can change it, because
hold on.
Yep,
Can I just interrupt? Chibnall said categorically she is the Doctor.
Okay, well, I'm not sure I like that. She does remind me of sort of the flip side of Colin Baker, though. But again, I don't know. I know that they have to shock. They have to have a buzz. It is a little bit like Colin Baker in a way. But then I think that then they should have 5 other female doctors. But is that original? I'm not exactly sure. And then the other question is, are they going to come back this year or next year and either try to make peace, or is it just an aberration? Because that's the other issue with the show is, if the Doctor can technically live forever with the power of the other Time Lords, then technically, symbolically, you could have 1 billion bodies, and it doesn't really matter what the timeline is either. But if the Judoon had something to do with it, and you have a Gallifreyan who is now a woman and also looks Indian, which again, that isn't really shocking because this is 2005, not 1965, where you couldn't have any black actors in the lead, probably in a BBC show. I don't know about American. Even in American, they were still trying to update to that. And there was only 2 people, Bill Cosby and I forgot the other woman's name now, the woman that played a nurse on TV. And she was black. And that was pretty much the only main characters you had on a TV show that were African. I can't remember her name right now, but she played a nurse or a teacher or something. But that was in the 60s or early 70s. So it's an interesting episode. I'm sorry? It's an interesting episode. You kind of dropping out, Susan. Say it again.
Michelle Nichol, Star Trek.
No. This was like a sitcom. But in any case, it's an interesting idea, and I know they had to put some buzz into it. And it's an interesting idea. It is. I just didn't like the way they resolved it. But if it helps the ratings and if it helps the show, then I can understand that he had to do it. But that being said, it is silly in a way. I mean, probably no alien could have 1,000 bodies and the same mind or a similar mind.
Well, who said she has 1,000 bodies?
No, I said the doctor. So
who said that? Who said the doctor has 1,000 bodies?
He did.
Okay. Or she did.
No,
but anyway.
You did.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But remember, this is the same show that has walking aliens of fat waving at you, so you can't take it too seriously. Anyway.
The absorber, adipose.
Adipose, that's right.
Yeah.
So if you can have that, it looks like they're going to bring Gallifrey back again, so probably the last 2 episodes will be on Gallifrey.
Let's remember, Gallifrey has not been destroyed.
Well,
it's only the Citadel that's been destroyed.
Right.
That is an important point to remember. Gallifrey is not destroyed.
Right, and then again,
there's still Arcadia.
Yeah, and if
Arcadia.
If Chibnall's still around next year or the year after,
he is. He's around next year. He's signed to do Series 13. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah.
Go ahead.
So, did you like the return of Captain Jack?
I'm not a fan of his, but I do understand, and I do like some of what he's saying. I mean, TV does have to be more flexible as well.
Should I kick him out?
But no, but his husband really liked you.
Only 8 minutes. What's that?
Oh, we need to hear this story.
I know. No, like I said, I understand he has to do it. Like I've been saying, I mean, they're trying to rewrite Doctor Who, and they have to because Moffat almost took over the whole, he almost took over the whole show and the whole mythos.
But I just want to say, we don't know that yet. This is only the beginning of this storyline. I mean, we could be all wrong. It might not even... It might be something completely different that we're not thinking about.
Right.
This is only the beginning of this storyline. So it's really difficult to speculate how it's going to conclude itself. Because there's so many theories.
Go ahead. God, she's dropping out. Can't hear all the words, Susan. Although to be fair, the Doctor has worked for the BBC version of the CIA, the Celestial Intervention Agency as well, and he has worked for the White Guardian and fought against the Black Guardian as well. So maybe that's
okay.
The situation.
Let's
what do you think, Susan?
Bounce around. Let's bounce around some more. I'm thrilled by it. I'm absolutely thrilled. I couldn't. I was beside myself when Captain Jack came back, and I was quite on a deeper level with this whole multiverse that I felt like that's what it was. And I mean, it's been that way before. I mean, there was the multiverse in the Third Doctor, and there was the multiverse in the fake Jamie. I mean, there's been like little hints at the multiverse all along, and that's fun. And so, and this TARDIS looked like the first Doctor's TARDIS in a way. So anyway.
Well, again, I mean, there is the Matrix as well.
Well, hold on. Can I mention some of my favorite moments, Susan?
Yeah, go ahead.
One, the Judoon shot the knitting lady's knitting equipment thinking it was a weapon. Was quite funny. All the stuff that Susie mentioned about the Judoon or near the moon on the platoon, stuff like that. And also when Captain Jack kissed Graham, thinking that Graham was the Doctor,
That's a running joke.
That was so funny. That was hilarious when he just came up and he snogged Graham, and Graham was really confused. It was brilliant.
He snogged Christopher Eccleston, Doctor.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He snogged Chris and he snogged Billy. Yeah, yeah, and parting in the ways. Yeah, and I've got to say, anything with the new Doctor or the whatever you want to call, the other Doctor, anything with her. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
And that TARDIS, oh my God.
It's stunning.
That TARDIS is my favorite.
Stunning. Yeah.
It's stunning. Yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so they're my favorite moments.
Okay.
Anything with that Doctor and Graham and that. Yeah.
Okay, Susan, go for it.
Oh, well, it's really hard to pick favorite moments because, well, I'll put this one. I've been writing down what I want to say. I'll put that one later. But please, God, no alternate universes. I am so...
Alternate universe, yes, come on. Chip the alternate universe.
There is a glut of alternate universe plot lines in sci-fi right now. Discovery had a whole freaking season on it. I hated it. The CW's got the whole alternate universe thing cornered. It's just, get over it. So I don't know. I hope it's anything but an alternate universe. Come up with something a little more original. But no, she was awesome. And I have to say, I know that she was a lady of color, but I was really even more thrilled that she was a largish middle-aged woman. Woohoo!
No, she looked great in that outfit, didn't she?
We have
she
not
looked
had
great.
a large middle-aged woman yet. Woo! And now we do. So I'm very excited about that, obviously. But no, I really liked. There was so much going on. My only negative comment about the thing is there was almost too much going on, so it was hard to keep track. But the whole watch thing that they clued into, there's the chameleon, not chameleon, but the thing you said.
Yeah, the chameleon arch.
Yeah, the chameleon arch, yeah.
The whole, that in the beginning was pretty, when I first saw the watch, that's what I thought of, because when else have we seen a watch up close, even though it wasn't the same watch? But that silver box I think that was a box that was in the other series, if I recall correctly. I think that box was in the first time we saw, at least the David Tennant version of it, and that was kind of cool. And the guy in the cake shop who was in love with Ruth.
Ollie is Alan, yeah. Ollie is Alan, yeah.
Who gave the cake to her boyfriend that basically said, you can do better. I mean, it was just so fun.
Yeah.
This episode was a lot of fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. I'm really disappointed. I mean, Jack set it up. I won't be back too soon, but I'll be here when you need it. So does that mean he'll be in the end of season 2-parter episode that's going to span a couple seasons? I won't have to wait for that, but there was just so much. I mean, you go through the whole thing. We still need more depth from these companions, right? There's still an aside. We're not getting as much you know.
Well, shall I tell you one theory I do have about the lone Cybermen about that? I think one of
Okay,
them is going to be one of the companions.
Hold that thought.
Okay. I've just said
Jake.
it, but
Lone Cyberman?
I know.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, did
what?
you finish, Susie? Susie, did you finish your points?
Not quite, but that's okay.
No, carry
Go
on.
ahead.
Then we'll go to Jake. Let Susie just finish her points. Then let's go to Jake. Yeah.
I have a million of them. I just can't keep track of them in my head. So
Oh, right.
it was a really wonderful episode. It was well written. It was well crafted. I mean, the production values are always good. That's never an issue. Not as good as the cards, but you know. Anyway.
All right. Now she said that, I'm going to kick her out. Right. That's
All
it.
right. So
That's blasphemy.
let's go to Jake.
Right from the get-go with Ruth's doctor, I do not care where she is in the timeline. I don't care if she's like from another universe, whether she's after Troughton, whether she's Peter Cushing's Doctor Who's second cousin twice removed.
Or Doctor, who cares?
She was fantastic. I adored her straight from the get-go. What a brilliant actress. I've always wanted a female Black Doctor, and I think she embodies better from what I want from a female doctor than what Jodie does, personally. But that's my opinion. That's how
How dare he say that in here?
100%.
And not only was she a brilliant doctor, she had a beautiful TARDIS. How beautiful was that console room and exterior? And the way she's acting and the way her TARDIS and everything, I don't necessarily think she is from this timeline. I know Susan doesn't like that, but there's a lot of evidence that can point. I think she's an alternative third Doctor. By the way she's dressed, the way she acts, that's what I think she is. Anyway, enough about her. She is great. I'll talk about her all day. But this story, I'm happy Jack was back. Did I scream like a little girl? Yes, I did. I was so happy he's back. I don't care if it's unoriginal. It can be unoriginal. He's back. And I couldn't give a monkey's if anyone didn't want him back. He brought the whole thing together. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. He's going to be back in the finale. I think Chibnall's lying. Showrunners do that. Let's remember that. And with this story, you can tell Vinay really did research the Judoon. Because they were very, 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 like they usually are, but upped a level, if that makes sense. The captain was even female. I didn't notice that till the second viewing.
That made me laugh, that did. From woman to woman, yeah, let's have it woman to woman.
Everyone in this series is female.
Yeah.
They're all female.
I've noticed that they've improved animatronics under the mask a lot more than what they previously. It made it look more lifelike. Everyone was good. I can't honestly say anyone was crap in this episode because I liked all of them to a certain degree. But the people who sold the show the most were, I've got a name, Joe Martin, John Barrowman and Graham and all that. It was so good. I can't put it into words how good it was. And like Susan said, it was like it was as good as Rosa from last season. But instead of Chibnall's bits bringing it down, it made it better for this season. And it just flowed nicely. But I do think it was like a two-parter squished into one-parter, really. And that's what I'm going to say, because I could talk about it for hours.
Oh, I forgot.
All right.
What thing?
Yeah, go on.
Since I am the formally established anti-Jodie person in the group, I'm going to say one thing that her opening when she's at the console, right? And they say she's been standing there for 20 minutes doing nothing. And you see her hair's down and she gives them the look of death. In my mind, that was the first time I actually saw the Doctor. And I was like, finally! There was nothing.
You just wanted to be miserable.
No,
you just wanted to be miserable.
No,
you're cruel. You're cruel.
The reason that Ruth Doctor works so well is because even when she wasn't miserable, there was more of an inner strength, a groundingness.
She was a badass. She was a badass. She was. I tell you, you wouldn't want to cross her.
And Jodie hadn't shown me that inner grounding strength yet, but we saw it this time. And I was like, "You go, girl." Okay, sorry, I'm done now.
Should we go to Mikey next?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
I
about
think
to leave
that.
out. So, this is going to be like last 4 words, and I'll do my scoring at this point because I need to get about the episode.
What?
Then we have a problem.
Is the lone Cyberman in the call?
It's Mikey all along.
Mikey!
All right, so let's go to Alex.
I
Favorite
am
moments.
looking-
Mike,
Hold on, can you guys hear me?
there.
Yeah,
We
now
can
we
hear you
can, yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Mikey.
So okay, for the last, I don't know if this is only the favorite episodes, but yeah, it's a good point. I love the episode. It's very amazing. Again, didn't expect a new Doctor, and again, didn't expect Jack to come back. Personally, I didn't expect a new Doctor that we didn't hear before, because again, what I said earlier, theories, and all and all. And for my final rating of the score, because I'm really want to get out of here and I have to get back to my college work, 13 out of 13. So
Of course,
yeah.
He gives
And-
that every cast.
every time.
Yeah, anyway,
Thanks,
guys,
Mikey. Thanks for coming.
I wonder what the score will be next week.
Betcha.
You'll find out. Bye.
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 Okay.
Okay. Alex.
Who was
Yeah,
that?
I
then?
mean, I did like that the Judoon were back. I did like this Gallifreyan that we don't know much about.
Hello.
yeah.
Which one are you on about?
I'm talking about, what was her name?
The one that got shot at the end.
well,
she shot
the
herself.
the gun sort of shot her. Yeah, kind of shot herself.
All right, I thought you were going to refer to the Doctor then as that, and I thought, oh, Alex,
I
I'm gonna
meant the
pick a fight with you,
I meant the
Alex.
Gallifreyan. Because remember that was in the original show with Tom Baker. Is that one were the Time Lords and the academies that they went to, and the people on the outside of the Citadel.
Yep, that's
The
correct. Yep.
Gallifreyans.
Yep, they were Gallifreyans outside.
So,
not Time Lords.
So this lady could know Leela.
Yeah, and so I don't know if they're going to bring her back. They probably will for a couple of minutes.
No, they won't.
And Narvin.
And I did like the fact that Jodie kind of had a shock of, digging up her own TARDIS and seeing the little sign sort of on the top with the light. So yeah, it will be interesting to see if they say that, either it's multiple universes or multiple timelines, or the fact that because the Masters changed the timeline, the Time Lords have changed the timeline. If the Doctor doesn't sleep, which she has said on multiple occasions, then there could be, thousands of branches depending on what happens. So the Doctor, it'll be interesting to see how they try to explain that, unless they're going to wait for next season.
They're going to wait till next season.
Yeah, and they'll probably just keep,
You'll know some things now, but they're going to wait till next season for more of it.
Right, but technically, even the second Doctor said that he almost never sleeps. So if you could constantly be awake for 20 hours every day, and fight villains or be in a time machine, how many different branches, how many different waves would you create?
Hey, Trump.
Hopefully, did you have to ruin it, Susan? You're having a nice time and you had to.
Oh, Susie.
I mean, not that I want him around, but we were having a nice time. God Almighty. So that and again, I mean, somebody was mentioning here, and I do agree. They have to add mystery to the show, and the mystery was kind of gone.
They've definitely done that in spades.
They had to They had to bring some buzz back, and also
I think Chibnall saw all the complaints, going, Series 11's too safe, too boring, and he just thought, right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull the biggest thing in lore I can think of and put a massive twist on it.
Well,
all guess for 2 years.
Well, what about the truth of the matter, or not the truth of the matter, but the truth in the story that the TARDIS had? They've never really explained the energy that the TARDIS has, and almost every time there's been a multi-Doctor Who story, they never really explain how one doctor has one TARDIS and one doctor has another TARDIS, and
Well, they
things
kind of
like that.
did in the end of Five Doctors.
Well, yeah, they kind of explained that it was the same, but they all did dematerialize at different times.
Yeah, true.
I think you can't worry too much about it.
I know, I just threw that in there.
They never explain everything. That's part of the.
No, he's not going to explain everything.
Yeah, just sort of go with it.
Yeah, so I mean this is the other question of, you know, and even the Seventh Doctor said that he was more than just a Time Lord. So, you know, that's the other
Oh,
thing.
Jake, what do you want, Jake?
Can I bring up a point? If Ruth's Doctor is from the same timeline, surely when they were both in the same TARDIS, the concept changed like it did in Day of the Doctor.
Yeah, I thought when you're holding your hand up, wiggling your finger, I thought you needed a wee.
So
Miss, can I go to the toilet, miss?
okay, so my favorite moments are my favorite moments are the early poet where the Ruth Doctor wasn't you weren't sure who she was, and
Yep.
I liked that.
Well, she was just
and
a
I
tour
loved
guide.
and I love that she was, you know, when they went on the road trip, you know, she was kind of flashing to her.
I beg your pardon.
Her doctor self.
Oh, Alan.
Anyway, and I love Captain Jack. Unlike Alex, I do love Captain Jack. I'm really glad that he was back, and very funny. You had to, didn't you?
No idea what you did.
And I love the fact that her companion, Ruth Doctor companion, had a noble sacrifice. I mean, that was as big as Adric, you know.
Yeah, it was. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, wow. So, and talk about Cybermen. Yeah, Adric and the Cybermen. So there's
Adric's the
something
lone
going on.
Cyberman.
Adric's the lone Cyberman. There you go.
Oh my God.
Mind blown.
That is it. They did say there was more to come, more surprises to come. Oh my God, could you imagine that?
Did anybody else think that headstone where the TARDIS was?
Yeah.
Did anybody else think that headstone where the TARDIS was going to say River Song?
No.
That's all I could think of was the last time they had to find something in the graveyard.
She's saved in the library, Susan.
Not everything is River Song, Susie.
She's saved in the library, Susan.
That's the big finish.
Yeah.
She could come up anywhere, anytime. Always hoping for more.
Oh God.
Okay. So,
No, please no.
We've done our favorite moments. How about let's talk about this alternate doctor.
Yeah, let's talk about theories. Let's have a little discussion.
So go, Alex, go.
Well, her orange shirt is very hippie disco. So I think
it reminded me of African tribal.
Oh, hang on.
I thought hippie disco because orange is that. I think she's from. If she's in this world, she's from one of the weird times in the 80s.
If you look really closely at the cuffs, it's very African tribal with the patterns on it. That's what I brought out from that.
But I don't think you can. I don't think you can tell really where she's from in the timeline just by the costume.
There's lots of evidence to point to all different things, really, to back up all these different theories people are coming up with.
I think the big clue is she's the timeless child, because she's the child we see in the flashback on Gallifrey.
No,
that is her.
Could the military jacket have something to do with the Time War?
No, I don't.
Jack's jacket.
It looks a bit like Jack's jacket, doesn't it?
And he's back again. So
the face of Vogue.
That is a kick-ass jacket. I finally found somebody I can cosplay. That is stunning.
But I do think
Jack.
Jack's gonna meet this other doctor first, because they never said what Jodie looked like apart from her being a woman. And I think it was very deliberate that she didn't meet Jack in this episode, that the doctor didn't meet Jack. I think that was a deliberate move by Chibnall. I think this other doctor's going to meet Jack first.
Coming soon to Big Finish production.
I hated that. I think they're going to stretch it out too long.
Yeah.
No, they should have just gotten to the chase.
Oh well, they need the buzz. They need the buzz. They had to bring in a bit of scandal.
So what's your opinion?
So yeah, I mean, again, if this does in a way add more suspense to Doctor Who and stretches it for another 3 years, if they do it right, then I am for it. And I understand that they had to do something because I think people were getting a little bored with it. So,
You know what?
but maybe we need an Asian doctor now. They get a female Asian doctor. Bring in the girl from Star Trek.
What if he's not going to answer this until the 60th?
Well,
Yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, it's 3 years away. This might be one great big build up to the 60th.
Right, there you go.
They have a horrible history of resolving these plot lines.
Yeah, they do. Oh, well.
Like what? Bad Wolf was 4 years long.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, Bad Wolf. Yeah, it
At
was.
the end of Matt Smith's tenure, the whole silence thing was resolved in the middle of a quick conversation.
Yeah, but Bad Wolf went through all of Rusty Davis's era.
Okay,
so
is Lucy Liu going to be the female wrestler? And that way you can have a female Asian Time Lord. There you go. Problem solved. There you go.
You just want an Asian.
After all, she wasn't Sherlock, so that makes sense.
Okay. I'll give you that.
I don't know, but I think she's the original Doctor.
I kind of got that too. I think.
Do you remember when Missy said? Do you remember when Missy said?
Hold on.
That she knew the Doctor when she was a little girl.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot about that.
Well, how about this? How about this? We get really crazy here. Not only is there the Valeyard and now a female Valeyard, which she's not one, but
who's the female Valeyard?
There you go. There you go.
There can only be one Valeyard, and that's Michael Jason. No.
Now we changed it. We changed it now. The future's female, so we changed it now. Not only that.
Can we less sexism, please, Alex, in the cast?
So now, what if they came up with an idea? Here's a crazy idea.
You know, he's being really naughty. Susan's not in the room with him. You know, he is, isn't he?
That what if there were because the Doctor said that he was created from a test tube like baby. So
Who
what if
said
there's
that? You mean she said that?
Hartnell said that.
So loom.
So what if there's two other containers, just like we had with the hand? Remember the hand?
I think the Doctor is the original Time Lord, and they're another species. They're not Gallifreyan.
Right.
The Doctor and the Master are not Gallifreyan. They are not Time Lords. They are another species, and they're the original species that Omega used to take the power to create the Time Lords. And and that's why the Doctor that's why the Master destroyed Gallifrey's, because the Master and the Doctor are very heavily related, and they're not Time Lords, and they're not even
so what about the other? Could this be the Doctor who came back around?
Hold on, let Jake say something.
With the whole Omega thing, that would be interesting to bring him back, but I can't see anyone else playing him other than Stephen Thorne, and he's dead. So it's like, it'll be a bit weird not having that voice booming out of that mask. Do you know what I mean?
Brian Blessed.
There you go, Brian Blessed. Yep. Yeah. So there you have it. So in other words, Rassilon came up with the academies.
No, hold on. Omega needs to be a woman now.
Right, and then Omega's
That's
female.
what's the
Need the
woman.
breastplate instead of that.
I.e. Lucy Liu, and then you find out that Omega and Rassilon were so evil, and they had like 10,000 Time Lords on standby. So you got like a billion of them.
For all we know,
You having a good time there, Alex? Keep going.
for all we know, Chloe Webber is Omega all along.
There you go. There you
And
go.
it's been her all along.
Well, no, I don't know about that one, but that's all right though.
Really,
But hey, they have to do it because they needed to bring back some mystery.
So I've got a question. Who could he bring back that would make you even more happy than Jack? Oh my god! I wish I'd never asked. Now I'm off.
Oh, wait a minute!
Alan,
Wait a minute!
who would you? Who would you? Oh, right, never mind. He's gone.
I'd like the meddling monk to come back.
Yeah, there you go. It's all the meddling monk's fault.
They had a missed opportunity last series where they could have had the monk instead of the space racist.
There you go. There you go.
And how
Well,
about
they could have had Frank Skinner, couldn't they?
how about Susan?
Had the meddling monk.
Or
Remember?
even Rufus Hound.
Excuse me.
Susan, yes. Susan.
How about Susan?
No,
It's a
no one wants
She
to see
gets in the
Susan again.
She's in the Time War at the moment. She's busy with her own box set, like everything else in Big Finish.
No, nobody wants to see Susan.
Or it could be Drax.
We
Could be Drax.
Or the Rani.
Ra-
That would be
Glitz. Savlon
Glitz.
Glitz.
There you go, Glitz.
Savlon Glitz.
Sea Devils.
We're gonna bring back Ace.
No.
That's not lizard
no.
lesbians.
No.
Oh dear.
I would say
Leela.
bring back Leela because she's still a great actress and she did that thing the other day, didn't she?
Everyone was
Every
thinking Ace would be back this year because all the stuff that's come out with her in.
Yeah.
Brigadier come back. I wish if he was still
He's
alive.
dead.
Doctor Who?
No, but the actor's dead.
I know.
Yeah, but they can't bring actual real people back from the dead, Susie.
It's a freaking TV show. They could be wonderful.
They can't bring back the
Yeah,
actors.
pick him up and dump him on a chair.
Yeah,
They can also do
They kind of he could be the lone Cyberman.
John
There you go.
There you go.
No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No,
So
what I was going to say about hold on. What I was going to say about that is, I think one of these companions is the lone Cyberman. I think it's going to be Yaz.
I think
It
it's
could
going to be Graham. I reckon Graham's cancer storyline's going to come back, and the Cyberman's going to be like, "All right, I'll take it away from you if you become like me," sort of thing, and he'll become a Cyberman. That's my theory.
But
No, I don't think that.
see.
they have the technology to take old footage of actors and make them.
Susie, it's not going to happen. Susie, no, let it go. Let it go.
A lot of fans will find.
Don't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go.
See, it was.
Talk about alternate reality. It's Alan Wild.
Yeah. See, so it was Ruth. She got all the Time Lord DNA of everybody, started duplicating it, and she created herself.
What the hell are you on about?
And then she creates she creates the Brigadier. So there you go.
She creates it. So the Brigadier comes from Ruth.
No, see, before he became a Cyberman, then she came up with the younger version
Of the Brigadier.
Right, there you go.
She came up with the younger version of the Alex, are you feeling all right?
Hey, we're just brainstorming here. Let's see if we end up being right or partially right.
Have you been drinking, Alex?
No.
I'd like to see Kate Stewart come back.
Kate Stewart?
Kate Stewart is coming back.
No, she's not.
They aren't going to bring.
That's what Gemma said.
They
Gemma
won't
said.
bring back the Brigadier. His story's over now. As sad as it is, he's not with us. They're not going to bring him back in any way, shape, or form. Because if they bring him back with CGI, all the old fans are going to go ape shit. They'll find it really disrespectful.
Well, you're an old fan.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
Did they ever tell us exactly what happened to you? What happened
Brexit happened.
What happened to what?
Funding.
The unit or Torchwood? It was referred to.
Brexit. That's what happened to it.
Okay. I would like to circle this back around to finish up and give our final say and score. Now that we've all had a little bit of time to brainstorm, how about that?
No.
Could go on for hours.
Hey, Alex, stop being so difficult.
I'm gonna go to Salad first, and I want your final say and score, please.
Yeah.
Oh, what more can I add about this episode? Do you know, even though Susie said that there was a lot in it, and a lot did happen in it, and there was a lot of stuff in it, but at the end of the day, it held itself together pretty well as an episode, considering it was jam-packed with, you've got Jack back, you've got the Judoon back, you've got another doctor. I mean, there was so much in under 50 minutes that actually it held itself together. It could have been a muddling mess, but actually they managed to get it across very well, I thought, considering it was a big episode and it was only a one-parter. So yeah, I thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. Jack's back. I've got to give it a 10. Jack's back. I mean, come on.
Okay, and Alex, final say and score.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, they had to get an episode with buzz again. They had to get people excited again. I like some of it I didn't like, but I'll still give it a 7. And if it brings back Doctor Who for another 4 years, and I have to give it an 8. I have a feeling it's what it needed to bring back some energy.
Jake, 7 is like a 2 for Alex. It's the lowest he gives.
I don't think.
Okay, go Jake, go.
Oh God, I loved everything. I think I've pretty much covered everything. I can't wait for big finish for an 8-box set series of Roof Doctor and Captain Jack. As a rating, it is much higher now I've rewatched it. I'm going to give it a 10, and I can't believe I'm saying that because it had something to do with Chibnall, and it was. I would give it higher if I could, but I even enjoyed Jodie. I think she's getting much better this series than she was previous series. And even I even like Yaz, so that's saying something.
I like Yaz.
Good for you.
What have you got against Yaz?
So boring last series, just melted into the background.
All right, and Susan?
Well, I really, really did like this episode. Every time that we have an invasion of some sort and Unit doesn't show up, I really just want them to tell us about it. But overall, yeah, I would say finally saw the Doctor and Jodie. My quibbles in it were very small, there was almost too much in it, but it was so fabulous. Definitely for the very first time, drum roll please, I give it a 10.
Wow! Jim, no, you did it. Jim, no.
All right.
And it's going to go back down to 2 next week now.
For the first time in the new series, I give it a 10.
Wow.
I'm proud of you. Okay, I'm going to give it a 10 as well.
Susan,
and I really loved it. I really can't get enough. Yeah?
Can I ask you a question? What cast are we doing this weekend?
We're doing Frozen and Inspector Gadget. Frozen 2, by the way. Okay. Anyway, I'm probably the happiest in this cast.
No, you're not, because we're doing Frozen 2 this Saturday.
No,
you are
I
not
mean
the happiest
about
in this cast.
in this podcast about this episode. I am. So great stuff. Excellent cinematography, the prettiest images, the most beautiful soundscape. Everything about it was absolutely lovely. And so I will give it a 10. And thanks everybody for watching this podcast. Thanks everybody for watching Doctor Who. Thanks everybody for loving all of us because we're really wonderful and you really want to talk to us.
Well,
So
apart
if
from
you want
Jen.
to talk to us and be in our cast, come join us because this is only getting more and more fun as we go. And please hit the subscribe button and hit the little dingy bell because the Judoon said so.
Ding-a-ling-ling-ling.
And by the way, mofo go ro do so to.
Overjohn.
Yeah.
Maho.
So give us a comment and join us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, everywhere. And do enjoy your 12th series of Doctor Who. Do enjoy it because this is only getting better from here. Anyway,
And do get
thanks
ready
everybody.
And do get ready for us to do Frozen 2 as we go
Thanks.
off into the unknown. Into
Yeah.
the unknown.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't
Thank you
watched
for
it yet?
watching our podcast, and thanks guys for joining me. Alan, Susan, Mikey, Jake, and Alex.
Hey, Susan, for trying
Alex, my love. Okay.
Alex is on the phone.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, you can stop recording now.
Stop recording.
Just a bit at the end. So let's wait for Alex to stop recording.
It's like a post movie on,
So what happens now? Does Lee come back?
never. He's gone.
Good.
All right,
Okay.
wave goodbye, everybody.
Oh.
We already did that.
Bye-bye.